The past 3 years, I came out of a very dark period in my life. I felt like I was taking up space and things were very bad. So when I started to come out of that and I was able to start painting again, I started to think about darkness. As a child, I used to lay in my bed at night, not be able to sleep because I would think about the concept of eternity and what that meant and how that was even true or real and what was it about. And so I loved space. I loved going with my mom to the planetarium. The galaxies and the stars have always intrigued me. Dark energy, I researched, is 68% and 27% is dark matter. And our matter here that we on this spinning sphere know about is only 5%. So we are living in light, whether it's sunlight or the stars and the moon. We have some sort of light reference, but we are not in total darkness. Outside of us, there is total darkness, and the dark energy is ever changing. It's very interesting because Einstein is saying that it's alive and we're not quite sure about it. So it's this whole concept and element of the unseen and the seen, the known and the unknown, the mysterious. I love the mystery. I love the fact that the yin and yang has both positive and negative energy in it, both good and evil in it. There's a lot of contrast in my work, presenting something that's beautiful, but then at the same time, that can be terrifying and deadly. My work is concentrated on the brain, and especially the left versus the right side of the brain, and how we process what we see, our perceptions, and sort of an MRI imaging effect too. They all have gold dots that I use with a gold pen down the center of them to represent the left and the right side of the brain. And then they're hand painted left to right. So I start from the left side, go to the right, I flip the canvas midway and start painting again from the left to the right. When you look closer, you'll see that these are all hand painted and they are actually very different from the left to the right side, subtly, but they are. Parts of this that are reflective of how I feel. There's figures that are floating through and moving. So there is a definite portraiture and figurative aspect to them, although it's presented in a more abstract way. And again, for me, that's the riddle. There's many different messages that are being communicated. They all have, whether they're canvas or scrolls, black, because that's really my foundation. And I see it as a good thing. I see dark energy as really good, and it's a great way, a solid form for me. And then the unbleached titanium I use, or the iridescent gold I use, complements it. Japan has a tradition of, it's called kintsugi, and when a vessel is broken, they will take lacquer and gold powder and repair the piece. My use of gold is to exhibit coming from my brokenness and my shatteredness and reinventing myself through my art with this gold and becoming a different type of vessel through the pain that I've experienced. And really for me, it's also going into the unknown and the known, transporting myself into dark energy and that space beyond us, because to me it's very comforting. It's terrifying in one way, but it's also very comforting.